Okay, so good evening. This is the first live doubt solving session. Let me see if somebody else is trying to join. Yes. Okay. Hello, Priyanka. Good evening. I hope I'm audible. Okay, so this is our very first live doubt solving session. We will be organizing this every second week, and how earlier it was told that within one month or 4 weeks this particular class will be over. It seems slightly difficult, wherein our fourth module onwards are definitely going to take more than 2 sessions, right? So please be prepared for it. This is the only live doubt solving session that is getting recorded. Okay, let me display this particular brochure with you, which you saw and you decided to join this particular course. Okay, so my name is Diksha Karapurkar. I will be instructing this particular course over next, I believe, at least 3 weeks or 4 weeks, until the completion of this particular all the 7 modules basically. So this particular course is running for the first time, and we have around 9 participants. And I wanted to briefly describe how the course is going to go about, though many of you really already know about how it is going to be. So we have total 7 modules. All of them will be focusing towards a applied GIS for academic and scientific research. Now here essentially we are focusing on what are the techniques that we require in order to complete our final year project, or maybe we have just started with a research project, maybe for our PhD studies or something like that, or maybe somebody is trying to develop their portfolio so that they will be able to get a job in as a GIS analyst or something like that, or maybe even in environmental impact analysis firm. So based on this particular course is developed. There are 7 different modules. The first module gets you introduced to what exactly is the role of GIS in research, then how do we prepare a data that is required for research, and then module 3, wherein we build a research database that we will be later using for our for solving the objectives that we have decided. And then the fourth module is spatial analysis in research. How do we incorporate geographical research as well as temporal research in our database? For example, we are trying to study, let's say, vegetation degradation. Sorry. Yes. So let's say we are trying to develop uh, a vegetation degradation model, for example, ever since 2001 until 2020, how the vegetation degradation has progressed, at what rate, what were the driving factors. Now when we are trying to study something like this, that is what we call spatio-temporal study. That means we are studying a geographical region, as well as we are trying to study how it changed through time. So there are two concepts that we will be discussing within the third module with respect to the research database, wherein we will be discussing non-spatial and spatial data and how to convert non-spatial data into spatial data. Then the fourth module is wherein we will discuss the spatial analysis, where we will essentially talk about spatio-temporal problems. What are the various spatial, that is geographical, as well as temporal problems that we can deal with very efficiently within GIS. Then the fifth one, wherein we will visualize and be able to communicate our findings, how to effectively do it, how to essentially tell a story through our maps or through our models. Then research for workflow automation. There are certain ways in which often, let's say we have done vegetation degradation for a region, and the same workflow we have to implement to a different region, because we have studied this, we want to also study another region. So in that case, how do we go about automation? So here essentially we will be doing some GE workflow automations, and wherein you just need to change the places, or to change the kind of arithmetic operations that you are doing, so that you will get the same kind of results for a different region, for which you need not redevelop the model. Besides that, we will also look into some either ArcGIS or QGIS automations. Okay, and then finally a capstone research project. In fact, the foundation to this particular capstone research project starts from the very initial, that is the second module in onwards, wherein we prepare a data for our research. Okay, because this is essentially where you are downloading the data set, may it be satellite data, may it be some secondary data that you are downloading from Bhukosh or Bhuvan and something like that. There are multiple other tools also which are introduced to you. So you will start collecting data that you will ultimately use for your project, isn't it? So your the foundation to your capstone project starts from the second module onwards. The first module and the second module might look a little less of practical oriented and more of theoretical, but this is where we are building our base, and with an understanding of module 1 and module 2, then we will be moving ahead. So make sure that you thoroughly go through the first module and second module onwards, we are learning how to download the data set and how to further go ahead and analyze it, visualize it, and also to communicate it. Okay, so with this I would want to ask those of you who are present over here to please tell me what was your expectation when you joined this particular course, because this course was demanding at least 1 month of your dedication, isn't it? So there must be some thought within you that convinced you that yes, this is the kind of project that I wish to take up, or this is the kind of coursework that I would want to would want to participate in. Definitely you are giving in your time, mm, let alone the money, but there must be some thought process because of which you thought yes, I would want to join this particular. So what were your expectations? What do you think of the entire course content is going to be more yielding to you? In what way the course is going to benefit you? Would you like to talk to us, Himanshu?
Yes, ma'am. Uh, Actually, I belong.
Yes. Thank you, Himanshu. Am I audible?
No, ma'am,
Not
no,
audible.
not
Not
audible.
audible. Hello, 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 hello,
No, ma'am.
hello, 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 hello. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Himanshu, for sharing your thoughts. It is really appreciable that you, though you happen to have an interaction with this GIS for only 4 months, you really developed liking towards it. And GIS is definitely not only for geography people. Even more than geography people using it, geology students are using it. Geology students are using it. Ecology students are using it. Forestry students are using it. Even students who are in civil engineering, hydrogeology, or those students who are in town planning, architecture, they are also using it very very extensively. So GIS is definitely not the field which is only restricted to geography. There definitely it is more actively taught as a skill. However, when it comes to geology or any other field, there it is taken as a secondary skill based field that is again coming into the mainstream, wherein everybody requires to have some or the other knowledge about GIS within their particular specific expertise. So it is a very good decision to even learn about GIS a little more. And knowing that you are really developing hobby of this GIS, it's really nice. You will definitely benefit from this particular course. Okay, so look at it in a wider perspective. Today I'm going to show you some, suggest you some capstone projects that you can take up for this particular course, and stick to one particular project that really motivates you, and start collecting data based on how you are going to yield to this particular capstone project as we go through this particular course. And keep it safe, keep analyzing it based on whatever the techniques that you are learning throughout the course. And because this is an intermediate level course, make sure that you are also applying what you are learning in different fields. For example, let me straight take you, before I come to Priyanka, let me straight take you to the capstone projects. So there are some capstone projects that I have listed down over here. You can come to this particular folder that we are sharing, Applied GIS for Research. When you come here, there will be a list of capstone projects that is put up. Okay, so these 10 again, let me still try to develop them even further. I'm thinking of elaborating on it so that you will understand, okay, what, which particular project is having what kind of objectives. Definitely objectives you can set. For example, here you see mapping urban heat islands and mitigation strategies using high resolution satellite data. Where do we download high resolution data from? Which are the different high resolution data sets that are available? You get to learn it from module 2, and also from where to download it. That is, there are some videos that are already made for that camp sessions. And besides that, one more very important portal, that is Earth Explorer, is also introduced to you in second module. So that is where you download this high resolution data set. You can look at least 4 data set, which is again free of cost, from Bunidi. This is our NRSC portal, from NRSC portal. And then assessing and visualizing the impact of land use change on local biodiversity hotspot. Let me look out for something that is very close to geology, because Himanshu said that he is from applied geology background. So flood risk zone mapping and historical flood path analysis using dam and remote sensing. One project that is very much yielding to earth sciences. Besides that, we also have um, tracking coastal erosion and identifying vulnerable communities with multi-year imagery. You can uh, develop a little towards earth sciences, wherein you will study not the vulnerable communities but the coastal stretches which are vulnerable. Okay. And besides that, Let me see now, because you have said that you are specifically from applied geology. I will have a lot of projects that I can send. For example, there is sediment core analysis for historical pollution. So, if we have some sediments that are collected from
Yes,
any
ma'am.
region, okay, then analyze it. We must have done some geochemical analysis on them, or we must have had
Yes,
some
ma'am.
physical observations. So, how to identify these proxies for pollution? Then there is also something called airborne transport and atmospheric pollutant monitoring. Besides, I think one more that I had written, or water quality assessment in urban streams, also very much into applied geology.
Yes,
Land,
ma'am.
land use land cover also comes into in terms of
Yes, yes.
resource management. Okay, so go through this list and we will come to Priyanka. Hello, Priyanka. Would you like to talk to us?
Yes, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, Priyanka, you're audible.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
So my name is Priyanka, and actually I have submitted my PhD in forest ecology, but I didn't get much. I was not that much interested into GIS or using GIS in my study. It was uh, more of a field study and livelihood and forest ecology and everything involved. I just made some, at that point of time, for my study, I learned to make some maps. I just made it and created it and used it in my thesis. Uh, I got introduced to GIS during my master's only. I was in BHU, and at that point of time, we had a 6 months of course for GIS. But then again, I was not very much interested into technology and using of that, using these things. But eventually, I am getting more and more interested because there are so many things, and like LULC, land use land cover maps. So, and also urban heat island that you are talking about, and agricultural lands and wildlife, anywhere you can use GIS. So, I am trying to learn these days. So, that's why I learned.
Thank you so much. So Priyanka has already completed her PhD. She is waiting for
Hello,
defense.
ma'am. Sorry for interrupting. Ma'am, I want to say something. Actually, as I don't have that much guidance, or I didn't.
You so much for sharing that. What right now you can do is immediately on our website, that is pravina.co.in, we have already released one, we had organized one open session on this 15th, which is wherein, many of us who do not really have any formal education in coding, um, they can use rather these AI tools, generative AI tools, to take up some models and to work on some models, complete them for geospatial analysis. So that was one that was taken up, one open session, and we are soon also planning one exhaustive course, in fact, on Google Earth engine, that is using AI for non-coders. So we will definitely inform you about that particular course as soon as the syllabus is still under scrutiny. So we will definitely let all our
Okay, ma'am.
participants know about it. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. uh, Coming to Coming to Priyanka, she has already submitted her thesis and she is waiting for her defense. Am I right, Priyanka?
Yes, actually, pre-thesis, I have completed my PhD from FRIDU. My nodal center is IFM Bhopal. So my pre-thesis has already happened. I have submitted the thesis, and yes, I am actually waiting for my
Waiting
final
for
difference.
defense. Okay.
Where is my
Yeah.
difference?
Yes. Okay. Yes, thank you so much for sharing. So we have very enthusiastic participants this time. I hope that we don't disappoint them, and please make sure that you have a very wide open understanding about any technique that we learn. Think of what are the different ways in which we can apply it. Right, so there will be definitely limitations in terms of which are the statistical methods that we will learn that we can apply on any project, but the list of the statistical methods can definitely be provided to you. As far as it comes to understanding the mathematics behind it, that might be left up to us, but the techniques that you are going to use in the GIS software, that definitely will be provided to you. So for now, to bring you two steps ahead, already into the intermediate state of this particular GIS, applied GIS, we have provided you with our camp sessions, and the camp sessions themselves are very exhaustive. They are around 15 hours of sessions. That is where many of the basic techniques that we require are already consolidated. So what we are going to do from the third module onwards is essentially wherein we build on these basic level techniques that were taught for the beginners. Okay. So make sure that by now itself you decide that this particular project I'm going to stick to during this particular course, and besides that I will also keep myself open to venture into the other projects, all how you're going to use the techniques that you learn in here on those particular projects as well. Now I'm specifically asking you to pay attention to one capstone project, essentially because this particular capstone project you are going to finish by the 45th day of completing this particular course. That means if we are finishing this particular course by, let's say, 22nd of December, if we are finishing this by 22nd of December, then after that as well, until 45 days, that is around 31st of January, until 31st of January, our group will be active. We will be engaging any doubt solving session that are required for us whenever they are in demand by most of the participants, and there are some critical difficulties that you are facing. We will be open to organize this doubt solving sessions wherein you will be able to get your doubts solved so that you reach that intermediate level, leaving the basic level behind. Okay, so until then, make sure that you stick to one project so that after the completion of the course, within the 45th day, you complete that capstone project and you submit that project to us, so that we will be issuing you a course completion certificate. Now there are some participants who would also want to prepare an exhaustive portfolio and share it on the LinkedIn or ResearchGate or any other platform, or maybe even with their employers, as in the prospect employers, so that they will get a better opportunity, also in terms of getting employed. Okay. Besides that, if your project is really wonderful and we are happy about it, we will also consider you for collaboration. We usually, what we do is that whenever we have any skill based courses that are ongoing, the best participants are chosen and they should also select us, so that yes, we will definitely go for a collaborative project, and we will take up a collaboration, so that we publish something. Okay, and that it remains with you for a longer time. So please keep yourself motivated. And until now, if you have faced any difficulty, if you found that the module 1 is boring or the module 2 was boring, please feel free to speak to us about it. What is your progress, whether you completed module 1 or you are halfway, you have not started yet, or that the second module you have started or you are halfway there, anything like that.
Thank you, ma'am, for the
Okay, so let's talk about how this particular, all these 4 weeks or 5 weeks are going to go. In fact, we should say 7 modules. Each module will essentially have 2 to 3 sessions, okay? And each session is 45 minutes. It will be recorded and will be sent to you. How do we send it to you? We send it to this particular folder, that is session recordings. So when you go to session recordings, this is where you will find all the recordings. Second week, that means 6 videos. Third week means you have 9 videos. Fourth week means you have 12 videos. That means every week you get 3 sessions, each session of 45 minutes, 2 to 3 sessions per module. It is not necessary that within 2 sessions any given module will be completed, because often there could be some little more techniques to be taught, and then it will exceed 45 minutes, right? So even when it comes to this session being 45 minutes, no, there as well there is some limitation, in the sense that it might not really be 45 minutes, it can exceed 45 minutes, maybe 1 hour or so, because we are doing this for the first time. We ourselves are also, slightly not very, what I should say, sure that the every session we are going to we will be able to finish it in 45 minutes. So this is essentially where, the first course is always, we keep it rather at a lower count of participants, and also a little lower registration amount, so that we also become confident about how we are going to go about it, and that the participants are also, comfortable, right? So the second time this particular course will be floated, yet again the curriculum will be, refined further, and you will still be able to participate in that particular course. That means you need not re-register for the second time. If this particular course is running, there will be some improvements within the curriculum, and the first batch students will also be able to attend. So every week you get 3 sessions, 45 minutes each. There are 7 modules. Each module will stretch up to maybe 2 or 3 sessions, okay? So we're thinking that by 22nd or 25th of December we are finishing the entire course, at least the sessions recordings, and after that 45 days, so that you complete your capstone project. Because some of you might still be, wandering around all the modules, and by the time you decide which is your capstone research project, it must be already, the last week. So that is why we are extending it to 45 days. Now all the resources, everything will be available to you within this particular folder, okay? And a link to this particular folder is, I believe, sent to you. Do you have access to this particular link?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. So this particular folder carries everything, whether your PPTs, or whether your recorded sessions, or if there is any other resource that we are sharing it over here, okay? So often there could be few more folders that will show up over there. Maybe some literature we will share, or maybe some reading material that we share. Everything will show up over here. In fact, even for the second batch, the same things will be going on. So even for the second batch, sorry, if we give some extra reading material, then it will be available over here. So make sure that you store this particular link very safe. If you happen to lose it anytime, just drop us a message in this particular group. We will share that particular link yet again, okay? And you can access this using your registration email ID, the same email ID that you have used for registering this particular course. That is where you will find it. Besides this, we also have something called the camp sessions. The camp sessions are um, okay. So if you want to access camp sessions, then this is the Google document that you have to go to. I believe the link to this particular camp sessions are already there with you. Do you have like access to this particular camp sessions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So if you want a certificate of this particular camp, then make sure that you complete this assessment which is given below. There are exercise 1 to exercise 8. So these will, if you complete this particular assignment, then you will get a course completion certificate for this particular camp. Okay. um, because we have to bring you from the basic level up towards the intermediate. That is why all the sessions are there. Besides this, if you go to this particular, I don't know, maybe I have not shared the playlist. Maybe I will have to share the playlist also with you. So what has happened is that besides these 26 videos or 26 camp sessions, there are some more camp sessions that are also added to the YouTube playlist. Okay. Because you are not in that camp session WhatsApp group, I might have not shared it over there. Often what happens is that more sessions are added to this beginners level, and whoever had earlier participated in the camp, they get access to it very much directly, because every time something is added they already have the playlist link. But I should be sharing it within your group as well. The next time this particular batch is running, it is not running for the camp. That means the second batch students will not have access to the camp sessions. Only the first time we really want our beginners to also come to the intermediate level. So that is the level that we want our participants to attain, and we are rather forcing this particular sessions on them. So what I was saying is that besides this 26, there are a little more sessions that are added to that particular playlist, and the playlist will be shared with you in the WhatsApp group. Also, that I wanted to tell you that the live doubt solving sessions will not be recorded. Today it is getting recorded. You can see here it is getting recorded because not many have joined. And when somebody doesn't join the live doubt solving session and I'm recording it, I am also giving the others, no other non participants to, sorry, I'm sorry. So I'm giving them that opportunity to, feast on somebody else's doubts. So it is always better that we complete our modules and attend the doubt solving session. So this is for those participants who did not attend the live doubt solving session. Live doubt solving session will not be engaged every week. It will be engaged alternate weeks. Okay. Essentially either on Saturdays or maybe on Fridays. Okay. uh, Depending upon if at all Saturday remains busy, because it's some wedding season, some of us might be you know off going to some weddings and things like that. That is why maybe on Friday. Okay. So that is one thing. uh,
Ma'am.
y-
So due to day to research.
the other thing that I want to tell you is about each of this module. Each of this module will follow with an assessment. Now module 1 and module 2, because they are theoretical, we are keeping one assessment for both, that is module 1 as well as module 2. So it will be a set of 10 questions that will be sent to you. It's going to be a Google form. Fill up those and immediately you will also get marks. Okay, for these two, that is module 1 and module 2. Otherwise, after completing every module, you will get one assessment of 5 marks each. Okay, so in your final certificate as well, how much was your score of these assessments and also of your final capstone project, all will come together within your certificate. All right.
ओके मैम।
Okay.
तो मैम आज के हिसाब से अभी डेट
uh, by today you must have completed second module. Okay, that is module 1 GIS for research and module 2 preparing data for research. Okay, now we
और मैम डे के हिसाब से या जो था लिंक्स टू क्या क्या मैम।
Oh, okay. So it is how every week you get three sessions. Every week you get three sessions. Now for this particular week you are yet to receive two sessions. For this
यस
particular
मैम यस
week you are yet to receive two sessions. So by the time you attend any given, okay, let me tell you this. So those assessments that I will be sending to you for each module, there is no time limit for you to really attend to them, but make sure that you attend to the entire module as well as the assessment before the doubt solving session. For example, when our third module completes, fourth completes, and fifth completes, okay, that is not next week, the week after that, when we meet, we will be discussing module 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that is your doubts regarding module 3, 4, and 5. With that you must have completed after that particular doubt solving session whatever doubts you have, you got solved from module 3, 4, and 5, and you are going to attend to your assessments. So there is not really any time limit for when you are going to complete the assessment. I will definitely tell you by the time your all that is 45 days reach completion, all your assessments should be completed. Okay, that is along with the capstone project, so there is no time limit. But what is important is that you have to know what all difficulties you are facing with any given module. So if you feel that something else can also be incorporated in any module, that doubt solving session is the wonderful time for you to get it. Okay, that means let's say
ओके मैम
yes,
ओके
for example, let's say in the spatial analysis research module, that is module 4, here essentially we are going to talk about how the spectral indices we are going to use in order to look out for urban sprawl or vegetation degradation or heat island mapping. Okay, so in what ways, which are the spectral indices that we are going to incorporate in order to identify these signatures. But then you felt, let's say that for vegetation degradation you would also want to explore what is the pH level of soil, but then that is not incorporated in module 4. Then the moment you attend these live doubt solving session, that is where you can get this sorted, right? And because your questions are definitely going to be technical, you have to post your question a little early. Like I said in the second module, that you have to post your questions a little early, at least 1 or 2 hours before the live doubt solving session, so that I will prepare myself to guide you for that particular work, right?
ओके मैम ओके
Ye-
Hi, Diksha.
yes.
Actually, what happened is I was I'm
Just only one session, isn't it? Maybe the first session.
no, I have watched only for the first session, first video you have uploaded. I have watched that only. So now I'm feeling a little better for the last 1 or 2 days. So I have started watching it. And so my question is, if I watch all the sessions you have recorded and all the whatever document you have uploaded, so will it be sufficient to understand so that I can actually ask you question? It's not about I will get to understand everything, but is it sufficient to ask questions?
Yes, okay, let me tell you for that. So, with module 1 and module 2, there are some supplementary videos that you will have to watch from GIS camp. Okay, for example, when it comes to module 1, no, GIS for research, this is where I have asked you to watch these three videos from the GIS camp. Um, GIS camp videos are around 20 minutes across, and most of them are all practical only. So there you have to go through overview of GIS, installation of QGIS, and basics of QGIS, explore QGIS interface. If you have not done this before, but then if you have already used QGIS, then you might not require it. But overview of GIS, and besides that, basics of remote sensing. Okay, so these are the complementary videos, or rather supporting videos that you have to watch along with the module 1. Okay, and all those videos are rather mentioned either in the group or in the video. For example, with module 2, essentially, that is where we are downloading dataset. So one portal that has been already covered within your videos, within the applied GIS itself, that is Earth Explorer. How to download dataset from Earth Explorer is already covered in our videos, our session. So there you won't find that particular video within the camp, but in the camp you will learn how to download raster and vector dataset from USGS Glovis and Bhukosh, and downloading satellite imageries from Bhunidhi and Earth Data, and besides that also downloading data from Glovis. Glovis is here. Okay, so these two videos you have to watch for along with module 2. Okay, those videos are mentioned in our sessions, that is session module 2, session 1, and session 2. So each for each module there will be some supporting videos that you have to watch from GIS camp, and those videos will be mentioned to you during the session or in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so module 1 supporting videos, these are the ones. Module 2 supporting videos, these are the ones that will be told to you. I think it will be better if I drop a message also in the WhatsApp group, so you will have a record of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically, two modules that you have uploaded and these five videos right now.
Yes.
So, okay. So once I watch this, I will definitely, if I really need any other help, I will definitely ask.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, so anything that you require to reach that intermediate level, that is what is our agenda. So with our first batch, it is always experimental, wherein we also learn what all we have to incorporate within our syllabus, so that our beginner level students will definitely reach the intermediate level. From there they will be able to take up any kind of maybe vulnerability assessment kind of work, or extensive land use land cover change detection, any kind of spatio-temporal problems rather. I hope I could explain what exactly is spatio-temporal. When I say spatio-temporal, I'm essentially talking about geographic. um, let's say at the peak of the mountain there are high density of vegetation, but as you come to the lower ground the density of vegetation reduces, let's say. Okay, so that is spatial problem. That is spatial problem. For example, along the river, the area has higher risk of flooding, but away from the river it has lower risk of flooding. So this is spatial problem. But temporal problem is going to be wherein we incorporate even land use land cover change. So let's say if with the time that is land use land cover change. For example, let's say the vegetation has reduced, So what is going to happen? Vegetated land is going to get converted into, let's say, barren land. So maybe there will be more chances of landslides. So this is a temporal problem, wherein earlier these areas were not susceptible to any landslides, but now with change in land use land cover, they have become susceptible. So these are called temporal problems. So at intermediate level, any GIS analyst should have gained enough confidence and enough statistical, I should say, consciousness, that they are able to take up any spatio-temporal problem, whether it is spatial or whether it is temporal only, or whether it is spatio-temporal, that is both. They should be able to take this up, and they, whatever, statistics that are uh, that always go along with this or are required. For example, what kind of change, what was the trend that was seen, or how much area came under change, or how much area was susceptible, whether there was any transition from safe to unsafe zones. So this kind of analysis any GIS analyst at intermediate level should be able to do. And from here on, we go to the sixth module. So if you go look at the sixth module, this is where you get a zest of what exactly is higher level GIS analyst. What do? They essentially do automation, or they essentially produce products. For example, if you developed a methodology, you have to use the same methodology for a different region to solve the same problem. Now that is where you go for automation. That means what? You need not redo the entire analysis or essentially the steps. You just have to use already available automation for that particular region. So you are saving time, and you are also rather paying more attention to further refining your product. Okay, so at the programmers level we are talking about, that is the um, advanced level. Kind of model in the seventh module. In the sixth module, sorry, in the sixth module we are doing a land use land cover kind of model, that is automation. Okay, that is introduction to model builder for repeatable analysis, documenting and sharing GIS research methods, how to exactly document it, what is a readme file, what is a source code and things like that, and ensuring reproducibility in GIS. So every time in research we have to ensure that whatever methodology we follow and any result that we receive, we have to make sure that somebody else who tries to check for its credibility will be able to follow either the same methodology or maybe slightly a different methodology or completely different methodology to get the same results. So that reproducibility should be incorporated in every research, so that if somebody else is trying to get your results for the same phenomena, definitely for the same temporal period, they should be able to get the same result that you have received, either following your methodology or their own methodology. Reproducibility should be attained. So, and then ethics and responsible use of GIS research. Okay. So these are the things that we are going to look into in the sixth module. And then to whatever extent, if you want to incorporate this automation in your capstone project, do go ahead. All right. So we will take up some few questions and then we will wind up. If we don't have any question, then we will wind up. Let me keep quiet until you ask me any question.
Thank you, Diksha. And I'm feeling better now, so I will definitely watch all the videos you have uploaded. And then only I will be able to ask questions. Before that, though, I am not even eligible to even ask a single question. So, thank you. Thank you for your session. And I really got to know now that you have uploaded so many sessions. Before that, actually, I was bedridden for a long time. Huh? So I hope next week I will be able to ask you questions and I will be able to uh, contribute also in that session you are taking right now. So thank you so much.
Yes. So anytime that you have a question, that WhatsApp group should be our safe space where we drop our question. So what happens, some participants will be struggling with a problem and they think that they will just keep searching and they will be able to sort that particular problem, and the first thing that they do is they google it, or they maybe send it to chat gpt and try to take some answers and try working on it. At times it works definitely, but at times it takes a little longer and a lot of time wasted until they ask me that question. So it could be that if we are facing any difficulty, we ask it right away, no matter whether it is 2 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock at night. We just have to drop that particular question. So when we drop it in the WhatsApp group, either some other participant has already solved it, they will be able to help us out, or that I see it and I help you out maybe the very next day, right? And in between, if you solved it, wonderful. But that WhatsApp group should be your safe place where you drop no matter what kind of question you have in your head, because you have to ensure that it gets solved. Not who solves it, whether you could independently get it solved, but it should be solved. Okay. So use that WhatsApp group as much as you want, so that you get your difficulties sorted, because that is why we are here together. Okay. So make the
Yeah, yeah. Probably I will have a lot of questions because I'm really scared of GIS because it's not about learning it. It's about very small intricate details you have to take care of. If one is missing, then you can't actually go ahead. So I'm really scared of GIS. So this time I somehow got some courage and to join this session. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continue this.
Yes, and I would like to tell you, Priyanka, that by the end of this particular course, you won't have any fear for GIS. Rather, you will take it as a toy, right?
Okay, great, great. So, as Himanshu also mentioned, if you have some other courses like Python or R, so please do let me know because I am also willing to learn R also. So just I can start things, I can do small things. Then it takes a lot more time, effort, and courage to actually complete and continue go with it, right? So yeah, I can do one two things that not everyone can do that. So it's not a big deal. So if you actually introduce an R course, you also please do.
Yes, sure. R for statistics. Yes.
Yeah.
There's an open session that is coming up. I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Himanshu has anything to else to tell?
You are mute, Himanshu. You have to unmute.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, first of all, thank you so much, ma'am. And अभी एक्चुअली में कुछ लग रहा है कि हाँ कुछ तो सीख के जाऊंगा। एक्चुअली वो जो प्री मेथड्स जो भी होते हैं, एक्चुअली उनमें जो भी डाउट सॉल्विंग होते हैं या कुछ भी अगर प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होता है तो वो हमारे नहीं होते, वो किसी और के प्रॉब्लम होते हैं जिनको
Definitely, we will. Okay. And by the end of this particular class, like I told you, no, we won't be frightened by GIS because we will be already at intermediate level. Okay. So we
yes,
will leave being more confident to be able to take up no matter what kind of project that we want to do. Okay. Or any kind of objective that we want to attain using geospatial data, right? So Thank you so much for sharing your fears, sharing your experiences, and sharing what is your motivation to join this particular course. Help me in also improving the curriculum. Thank you so much. See you all time and again. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
See you all
Yes,
next
ma'am.
time. Bye bye. Good night.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.